The following podcast is a Pie to Pie production.
Every slice tells a story.
If you want to level up your guest experience, it's time to get open. Open helps you win your customers back from third-party delivery. It upgrades your online ordering and even gives you a native mobile app that integrates directly with most POS systems. Send SMS, push notifications. Open gives you all of that without needing a tech team. Get open and get back to work.
Learn more at getopen.com/pie to pie.
Flat iron pepper. When you pop these peppers, you are going to know. You can smell it, you can feel it, you can taste it. They are liberating pizzerias from low quality pepper flakes. Stop finishing your pizza with crap. Head to flatironpepper.com and join the pepper flake revolution. How often do phone orders get screwed up? A busy restaurant, loud noises, it's easy to make mistakes, but with Loman, it can be a perfect order every time. Somebody that knows your menu better than you do yourself. This isn't some clunky chatbot. Loman actually takes orders, answers questions, books reservations, and processes payments. Loman AI. Never miss a call, never miss a sale. This episode is brought to you by Maestro Sausage, the only sausage we use at Hot Tongue. They produce sausages specifically with pizzerias in mind, and you can tell. So if your sausage isn't hitting all the right notes, let Maestro lead the way. All right. I don't get out of my little hole.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in London, but it's, we've been in traffic the last 3 days, but you kind of stay in your hood because like Santa Monica is 11 miles from me, but it takes 45 minutes to an hour to get there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, here is different. The public transport is good. Like,
yeah, you got the tube.
You got the tube. And I mean, I cycle everywhere. It's a lot more.
You
more
drove
compact.
here though. You got your parking spot.
Drove here. Yeah, exactly.
You live far from here?
20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Leytonstone, where Short Road started. Are you going? You're rolling.
I
don't know how you do this.
We like to
yeah.
surprise you.
Yeah, that's fine.
We like to
Yeah.
try to get some dirt on you right away. You know. Where did Short Road start? In your house?
In my house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard this story before, right?
No, I heard. Yes, dude. No one's ever heard this story before.
I wish I started somewhere else when I was just in the garden, just with a god. It wasn't even a god's name; it was an uni. So it was.
We can bleep that out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's the uncool god's name.
No, it's a great. Now
I'm a Gosney ambassador, so uni is in the bin.
Right in the trash. That's where they usually end up.
Yeah. So, you didn't tell that to Rich and.
I bust their balls all the time, dude. They've said some things when the doors have been closed, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
No, it started in the back garden. And then unfortunately, another story that you never heard. My granddad was Italian.
I also knew this. Yeah.
My granddad's recipes. But
that's actually a more unfamiliar story that's been told.
Yeah.
Most people like have no heritage anymore. It's like a lot of
it's true.
You know?
And to be honest, amongst the London, on the London pizza scene, there wasn't an Italian making crispy pizza, and so I thought, come on, someone has to do it.
Well, I mean, it is. I think I found it weird. I went to Italy this summer, and I had never had like the Roman style, like Romana. Like I always thought taglio or like the square with the scissors. That I thought that was Roman style, but it's interesting. That there isn't more of that, like, you think Neapolitan, like you just don't think really thin and crispy.
Tonda,
yeah,
they call it
tonda,
tonda, yeah. But it's again like tonda is sort of different. I mean, what we do is different, but like tonda is quite. It's very thin, and it's usually 180 grams. And it's very burnt on the edges. It's like it's a little bit paler in a sense that it cooks usually on a wood fire oven, and it kind of like burns the edges a bit. I love it. It's like very crispy on the edge and kind of sloppy in the middle, but so thin that it, if you don't have mozzarella, it's definitely crispy. But the tonda is different, and to me, the kind of like crispy pizza you eat is just like the bog standard average pizza you eat anywhere in Italy. And then. It's starting to get a bit of a recognition, but my granddad was Neapolitan, and he used to make Neapolitan style pizza, but for the family, he'd like to cook the same style of pizza but thin. And when the oven was dying at the end of service at 11 p.m., the family would sit down and they'll count the money, and grandma would sit down, and then he would cook this pizza on the mouth of the oven when it was pretty dead. So it would have been, instead of like 500 degrees Celsius, it would have been 300 Celsius. And that way he would do bocca al forno pizza, mouth of the oven pizza. And that was how I discovered crispy pizza, because it was just another way of cooking the same dough, because eventually the dough is the same. It's just stretched in a different way and cooked in a different way.
Yeah. Well, that's a magical thing about dough, because you can have a tavern. I don't know if you use different dough or whatever.
We do a different dough for the tavern.
Well,
yeah.
we do a tavern, a square, and a round, and it's all the same dough. It's
Yeah.
just treated differently.
Yeah, I mean, my head chef seems to think we should do that for our tavern, and but like there's some reason why our tavern dough has a certain crispiness. I think because of the sugar, but I don't know, because we add sugar to the tavern dough. I've experimented with that, and I wouldn't use sugar in my regular dough, but for the tavern somehow it works.
Yeah.
But-
I love putting sugar in dough.
Yeah, there you go.
If anything, just to piss people off.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. The whole thing. I'm a very untraditional Italian. I mean, yeah.
You said bocca forno?
Bocca al forno.
Is that a mouth of the oven? Is that an actual kind of pizza?
That's how my granddad used to call it.
It's romantic.
Yeah, it's
it
romantic.
sounds cool.
Bocca al forno. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I suppose that kind of gave the inspiration of how we, created the product. Because when we started, and I mean, I suppose I do the whole story, right?
If you
And
want,
keep it short,
if you want.
because it is common, but beautiful. Because during lockdown, everyone was at home. I come from advertising, 15 years working in advertising. I'm a creative director in advertising, and that's kind of my profession. And during lockdown, there was not much work, and I had this oven in the garden. The oven, we don't name the brand, and then it was just like a little gift that I gifted myself. And we just moved into this neighborhood. The road is very cute. It's short. It's called Short Road. And one night I was brainstorming with my wife, and I was like, I really want to connect with these neighbors that we don't know. And a friend of mine was encouraging her neighbors by just sending letters, just to check in on them. If you need to go to the shop, here's my number. I can do a shop run for you. It was very sweet. I thought there's like a very community, an act of community kindness. And I was like, I want to do the same. So I did this flyer, like the Domino's pizza flyer you get through the door, and posted it through all the letterboxes of Short Road. And then on the flyer it says Short Road Pizza, and on the back, Margherita Marinara, place an order. Next Sunday I'm baking pizza. All the profits are going to go to a food bank. So it was a 100% charity project. And because in my mind I was like, if the pizza is no good, it's free. So whatever, I'm going to experiment. And it worked. The first order was 25 pizzas, which scared the fuck out of me, because I was like, how am I going to make 25 pizzas? I'm not a pizza chef. So I was calling my granddad, I was calling my friends. And that's how I started practicing and connecting. And then together with me, I started really I realized there was so many other people doing the same things. Same thing around, the whole of the UK and London, and connected with so many cool people, exchanged. I remember when me and James and Gracie's, we were just talking about sauce, and during lockdown, like, what do you use? How much sugar do you put? How much salt do you put? We don't put sugar in the sauce. And it's just started really feeling part of something, and that's how it started. And then obviously 20 pizzas became 40, and then the local streets wanted some pizzas as well. Then we started doing pop-ups in local delis. And then I chickened out. Lockdown eased, and I was like, that's not for me. I'm a creative director. I'm going to go back into an office. That's my job, And I hated it.
You didn't like doing it?
I didn't like going back to an office.
I always like the name creative director. Just sounds fucking cool.
It's cool.
Like, I want to be.
I can still call myself a creative director.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I could call myself a creative director.
Exactly.
I'm a creative director of my restaurant, right?
Yeah.
What does that job actually entail?
Well, look, there's like in the past 10, 15 years, I've seen so many in theory, in an advertising setting, you start as a designer, and then you kind of you kind of work your way to a an art director role, and then you become like an associate creative director role, or like a senior art. There's like a process, and you end up being a creative director when you've got the sort of seniority. I've done a bit of that, but then I've opened my own company, and I had a partner, and then we had an advertising agency. So, I was the only one, so I was definitely the creative director. But everyone can call themselves a creative director.
Well, it's like,
15-year-old can call themselves.
Pharrell is like the creative director of Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's. They
That's
get more money than I was getting.
Well, I think like Virgil Abloh is like one of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Just the way
legend,
he shared information and how he talked about design and kind of stealing and taking and branding. I mean, it went far beyond design and architecture. You could pretty much put all the elements of what he was talking about into any kind of business. But he also is a big inspiration, just like the way he shared information. But that's always what I think of, like.
Of course.
Virgil is a creative director.
Yeah, I think a creative director needs to understand what's right, needs to have the courage to take decisions. And so I feel like when you're a creative director, it means you are in charge of your creative decisions. You don't ask anyone else. You're the one that makes the final call.
Yeah.
Like, is it going to be yellow? Is it going to be red? Is it going to be square? Is it going to be round? Is it going to be in Bethnal Green, or is it going to be in Notting Hill? Eventually, these are like important creative decisions, and that's how I started playing around with Short Road Pizza, applying my creative knowledge. I always say I've got 2 degrees. Why am I making pizzas? You know what I mean? I should be teaching in university.
Yeah.
But like, that's all part of the fact that I have gone to university and I have 2 degrees in art, in fine art, doesn't mean I can't run a pizza business. It's just an added value because I have the possibility to implement my marketing skills and my creative formation into food, which are the 2 things I love. I love creativity, art, and I love food. So I'm able to join the 2 things and do my show. And I love it. I'm really, really, how couldn't, that's why I went back to food, and that's why we're here,
So did you just tell your partner, or in the advertising situation, like, I'm done? Or do you still do some of that?
Both.
Yeah.
We had to part ways, and which wasn't easy, but like I just had to make a decision, and this is what I wanted to do full time. I still do some freelance gigs on the side. Now I don't have much time, but I still do, like if a friend or someone I know needs help on a creative brief, I'll jump on it, spend a few days on it. That's my job, like if you have a brief, if you run, for example, I don't know, if you have a tomato sauce company and you need an advert, you send me a brief. That's like what I love doing. Like, I write a script, I'll do a campaign for you, I'll do a label design. That's kind of my job. So I kind of don't want to lose that, and I am still doing that a bit. In fact, I'm working on a concept with a friend. We're doing something completely separate from Short Road Pizza, and we're doing like a bar together, and then we're working on this concept together. So when you're a creative, you still need to have this kind of flexibility. I wouldn't be able to just do this, but obviously this takes a lot.
So you're going to open up a bar?
Can't say much about that.
Well, you just did.
It's,
all right, that's all we're getting.
It's in the
that's
works,
all we're getting.
Yeah.
The biggest pain point today in the restaurant industry is third-party delivery. The customer experience is completely taken out of your hand, and so is the data. Open helps you win your customers back from third-party delivery. The Hot Tongue app, built by Open, has been huge for us here at Hot Tongue. Online sales went up 20%. We saw customers coming to the app from third party. They help make sure that food gets there. And when it doesn't, you're not calling DoorDash. You're not calling Uber. Open is taking care of all of that for you. And it doesn't replace people. It replaces your time. It gets you in the palm of your customers' hands and in their pockets. Open is basically giving you the digital power of a restaurant chain without losing your voice and your hospitality. Every guest who interacts with you is actually saved, organized, and yours to keep, not the third parties. Turn those contacts into paying customers. No blasting, no guessing, just targeted messaging that works. You can run campaigns yourself or run it on autopilot. If you don't want to create the campaigns, it will spit out 4 for you every month. Marketing is something that falls by the wayside sometimes, and that's where Open really succeeds. It takes so much off of your plate, the automations, the AI creating campaigns, the SMS, the push notifications going out, double points day, the loyalty program. All these features matter and really help a small independent operator. If you want to level up your guest experience, it's time to get open.
Learn more at getopen.com/pie-to-pie. Just to kind of pivot to a different situation, to the pizza. This is the first spot that you got into, pub residency.
Yeah.
But you got into your 4th one this year. Are you in 3 pubs or 4?
We're in 2 at the moment, and there's a
Something else just going on.
something else bubbling away.
And is it like this where you have like a kitchen takeover?
Yeah. Look, my learning from working in hospitality in London, it's fucking tough. We have the worst VAT regulation, I think, in the world. It's just shit, and the government has to say something about it. Governments do something about VAT. Awful. So opening your own spot is so mega risky that it doesn't tickle my fancy unless I am in a good partnership. So at the moment, this is a fantastic way of working because we help each other. The bar runs an amazing show. This place was open before. You had the pizzeria before us. It's a good solid base. It's a collaboration. So yes, the second spot we've opened is a collaboration with the same owner. And the third spot will be a collaboration for now. If I was to open something, as I said earlier, it'll have to be in a partnership. Basically, I'm not doing anything on my own because it's too risky. And this is okay. It's manageable. It's a lot more fun as well because you get to, especially if you're starting from zero. Like I started from zero. Like I didn't have the money to open a restaurant.
Was all this like the Pizza Master and stuff
Pizza
in
Master
here?
was in there, yeah. And then obviously, we had to buy a bit of stuff, but like this was here, so.
I mean, yeah.
It's very minimal.
It's been cool kind of like learning about the pub residencies here and like other people that are doing them or have done them because like this isn't really a thing in the States. Like,
really?
No, like a lot of bars don't have kitchens because then you need a different permit and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, it seems like a win-win situation because it's 2 brands kind of coming together.
Exactly.
One takes care of the food, the other is taking care of the drink, and it's like this symbiotic relationship that works for everybody. And one doesn't have to worry about the other.
Yeah.
And it definitely is like an easier way to jump into something than just like opening up your own shop.
Yeah. To me, it's like growing a brand.
Yeah.
You don't start from scratch. I always treat Short Road Pizza as a brand, not as a pizzeria. For me, Short Road Pizza is a brand. And so my involvement with the pizzeria is finally, after almost a year, behind the scenes. So I am in the kitchen sometimes, but I would rather be outside of the kitchen working on growth, working on collaborations. We have an amazing collaboration this Friday, working on recipes and working on, making sure everyone, supply chain and everything. So like that is a job, operations and everything is a job. And
a lot of operators forget that.
Yeah. So, but I also, when I get the chance, like on Friday, I'll be here in the kitchen. And, one of my chef consultants, when we started, we were working, and then we did the opening party. And he came to me and he saw how I was with the people because I am a people's person. I love telling stories. And he was like, Ugo, you are wasted in the kitchen. Your job is out there. And he kind of upset me at the beginning. He was like, what do you mean? It's my fucking kitchen, no? I'm in the kitchen, I'm a chef. He was like, yeah, you're good, but like, you're good, like you're a good creative director. Like you can come up with like the pizza thing. But these guys, they go like 10 times as fast as you.
Yeah.
Like you've done 15 years in an office. They've done 15 years in a kitchen.
Yeah.
They fly. And that's why I think my strength is delegation. I am a master of delegation. I leave them to it. I trust people. I leave them to it. Like the guy in there, Gabriele, since he joined, I have like my blood pressure is in the green.
Good.
Before it was in the red. And that's because when you delegate and you hire people that can kick ass, then you can just be outside and do your show. And that's
Well,
yeah.
it's interesting because you're talking about something that is probably the hardest thing for most restaurant owners to do is delegate. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people that I've talked to have waited too long to get out of their kitchen. I say it all the time on the pod. The best advice I could give you is to find a way to get out of your kitchen
Yeah.
so that you can work on your brand, that you can
Yeah.
do all those things. But for a lot of people, it's like hard to let go.
Yeah.
It's
like
hard,
their baby.
It's their
To me,
baby.
it's like one of my babies.
Well, see, and maybe that's nice because you have multiple things going on.
Yeah.
When certain people, when you put everything on one thing,
Yeah.
maybe it's a little harder
Yeah.
to see kind of outside of yourself.
Yeah.
Because delegation is kind of like what makes a great business owner too. It's
Yeah.
like you need to be able to know when to step away, how to train, who to let fly,
Yeah.
who to let die.
Yeah, I mean, like it also comes with lots of risks because sometimes when you delegate, shit can happen. You get a message from, I don't know, a customer saying, man, the pizza was burnt.
Yeah.
It's a disaster. It didn't happen to me. I must say I'm very lucky, but like I am fully aware that when I leave this place, I don't see what's coming out. The pizza can be burnt. The fucking marinara might have a spiral instead of a zigzag. I told my chefs we have a ban on spirals because spirals have been abused. So it's like, no more spirals, guys. If I see a spiral on Instagram, it's got to be a zigzag or do
You're
something
fired.
else, a flower.
Yeah.
We don't do spirals here.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm joking. By the way, we have some spirals, and but yeah, like it is. But that's I've learned that fairly quickly. Of course, it can't happen overnight, but spend money on your staff, pay them well,
Yeah.
and delegate because. To me, there's no point saving on staff, paying people very little, so they're grumpy, not
Yeah.
happy, don't perform.
Yeah.
Kind of pay people well, and let them fly, as you say.
Is there a minimum wage in London?
There is, yeah.
What
yeah,
is
of
it?
course. There's a minimum wage, minimum living wage. It's like 13.85, and I think
$13.85?
13.85.
Okay. Yeah. Right up there with LA.
Hmm.
Do you use Biga?
Yeah, we use a Biga.
Yeah. So I think I just saw it.
Yeah.
Making dough right now?
Yeah. So the dough process is the thing that fascinates me the most.
Yeah.
Because obviously, when you run a pizzeria, dough is like chemistry is so important.
Yeah.
And then when we were deciding what kind of dough we wanted, we were like, do we do a direct dough? Do we do a Polish? Do we do a Biga? We tried it all. Do the sourdough? And then we tried this Biga. We tried this recipe that we all super happy with. And we were like, oh my God, this is it. Like, we just need to find the right flour. The flour wasn't quite right when we started. We just need to find the right flour that gets us the exact product we want. And we found it. It's a British flour. It's called Shipton Mill. And it's like a Canadian white flour. So it's kind of very American sort of style flour.
Yeah.
Although it's called Canadian.
I think that's the same flour Tom was using at Vincenzo's.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a
Potentially.
big ass bag, isn't it?
Yeah.
Orange?
It's red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But potentially, yeah. I mean, a lot of like
It's-
crispy pizza places
Yeah.
use this flour.
High protein flour?
It's a super
Yeah.
high protein. It's like a zero. It's like super strong. And because what happens to our Biga, like we make the Biga, it's actually super good in terms of flow for work because we're not making dough balls at night. At night, a chef, when he's like tired or in like, their spare, if it's a little bit slow, whenever they've got time, they assemble the Biga, which is essentially flour, yeast and water. Not all of the water, but all of the flour. So it's 100% flour Biga. And they put it in a bucket, put it in the fridge, forget about it for about 16 to 18 hours. Next day, this mass has, obviously risen, goes back in the machine, bit more water, hydrate it, olive oil, no sugar. I tried to fuck around with malt, but it made the dough
Just use
weak.
sugar, dude.
So-
Wasting time getting malt.
Exactly. So just use a lot of olive oil and then close the dough and then bulk proof for like, I don't know, half an hour, depending on how hot it is. And then bowl and then fridge again. And like, I love using the fridge because the fridge is like, the fermentation in the fridge is safe. And then another day. So this is 48 hours, more or less. I hate calling it because is it 48, 49, 37? But it's kind of...
It's a fun thing to say.
It's a fun... 48 hours.
It's
if it's not 48, I'll throw it in the bin.
It's also the weirdest thing that we say it in hours.
Yeah, it's just
2 days.
Day. Yeah, it's 2 days, a couple of days. But you can use it the same, like the day you've closed the biga, you can use it if you're working, like sometimes we get slammed on a Tuesday. And then we use the same day dough, which isn't a same day dough because it's got bigger from the day before.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely fine. Anyway, we're not like, we're dough nerds, but we're not like that nerdy. Like we just, if it tastes nice. And sometimes, the same day dough is just as good as the next day.
Yeah.
It's just, we don't see that huge difference leaving another day in the fridge. We just find the same product. But yeah, super happy. Obviously, we're gonna feed you lots of pizza in a minute. I don't know whether that has to be part of the podcast show.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. But we'll eat your pizza, that's for sure.
Yeah.
If your sausage needs aren't hitting all the right notes, then let Maestro lead the way. Maestro has been working closely with pizzerias for decades. They produce sausages designed specifically with pizzerias in mind. And you can tell their Italian sausage crumbles look like they were handmade in your shop, and they will taste that way as well. With over 80 years in business, family owned and operated, the family is incredible, and so is their product. It's quality sausage with quality ingredients. Click the link in the show notes. A classical masterpiece awaits you. Back to the show.
Does everybody do the dough?
Yeah.
Only a certain
everyone.
certain people get their hands on that.
No,
You're not crazy like that?
That's a delegation, man. Like my recipe it's written on a piece of A4.
I know, but I'll play devil's advocate on delegation. Delegating like one person to that one task. That's one thing that like for me, I feel like dough is kind of a ritual. It's very easy to do, so you can do it in steps. But if somebody flubs a scale or like something doesn't get measured correctly, your whole process is fucked.
The amount of this is actually a nice assist to the other day. One of my senior chefs, because of this reason, he was like, "Mate, the dough is shit," because the junior chef who did the dough was probably checking fucking Tinder.
And then, he's fucking swiping left.
Exactly, swiping left and right, and then the dough was was just had a bit of stones in it or something.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree with you, but depending on the rota, I mean, to be honest, like this guy's doing it all the time, but like sometimes he's not here.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Most of the
I
time
get
the
that.
head chef does it. So
I'm all for like cross training. I just feel like that's like one thing. We do all of our dough in the morning, so it's like you kind of need to concentrate. Like you know what I mean? Like you can. That's one thing you don't want fucking 100 pounds or 50 kilos of dough to be thrown in the trash.
Yeah. Of course.
Is flour super expensive out here?
Depends how much you buy. We buy a fucking pallet of it, which is challenging because this is a small kitchen.
Where do you put a pallet in
exactly,
here,
where do
dude?
you put it? We manage because if you buy a pallet, it's cheaper. So yes, I think we've got a pretty good deal, but it's only if you buy a lot. So it just
since I'm talking to an Italian person, why I haven't seen anybody using Caputo.
I've started with using Caputo.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought I'd see more of it here.
Yes, I was using Caputo Americana.
It's a great flour.
Great flour, but I don't know. I just wanted to experiment. I just wasn't quite happy with it.
Yeah,
it was good, but then I found this flour a little bit better price-wise.
Yeah,
and also the fact that it's in. I mean, obviously, I'm not pretending to be like a fucking 0 kilometers operation because our mozzarella comes from. I mean. Yes, we're trying to keep it as regional as possible.
Yes, you want it to be close.
But if we can get something a bit closer and reduce carbon footprint and like do a little bit, I can't claim to be a pizzeria that is like 100% super 0 kilometers, but we try and do our bit. And that is one thing. And I try and source locally as much as we can. Our grocery supplier is very good. It's based in East London. A lot of our stuff is kind of very local. But yeah, probably just, to be honest, just a tomato and some of the cheese come from outside. And pepperoni comes from Hungary, where pepperoni was invented, apparently.
Pepperoni was invented in Hungary?
That's what I found out.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys don't do cup and crisp here. No one has cup and crisp pepperonis.
Well, the whole cupping pepperoni is not so big here.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
I don't know. I would love to find like a cupping pepperoni, but I'm not as obsessed as finding a cupping pepperoni.
Yeah.
My understanding is that to have a cupping pepperoni, you need to have the skin on, right? Because the skin is what makes it cup.
Yeah.
So our pepperoni doesn't have a skin on. Or I think the only way I could probably get a cupping pepperoni would just to get the sausage and cut it myself.
Yeah.
Which is
And then
something
get
that
a
I'm
little
looking
cup.
into.
Yeah.
I'm looking into. To be honest, like with suppliers and products, I'm always looking, meeting suppliers, and like, so maybe now you just gave me an idea. I'm just gonna try and cup some pepperoni.
I mean, I haven't seen a lot of it.
Yeah, really, yeah. It's just
I haven't seen any of it actually.
I honestly think that if I just were to just buy some sort of like chorizo style, obviously you guys got to be a pepperoni, but if you keep the skin on, I don't see why it wouldn't cup.
Yeah.
'Cause yeah. TBC, watch this space.
I think. Have you ever heard that cheese came from Poland?
No?
I did this whole thing about like, and I'm
Like
sure
cheese, as in like cheese, like curding,
like
curing.
they accidentally like put it through the way through like animal skin and it created cheese. Like a lot of like bread was a mistake. It was all like
I love
happy
that.
little mistakes, but
Yeah.
how most of what's on a pizza isn't like traditionally Italian.
No way.
Like, but they were just the first
Yeah, I mean,
people to do it.
The whole pizza thing, like, you know, it definitely wasn't invented by Italian. Kasha, did you know that cheese was Polish? Yeah. Did you know that you invented the cheese? You invented cheese. Cheese was invented in Poland. Did you know that? Yeah. You did? I do know. Oh, now you do.
Did you know bagels were invented in Poland?
Bagels also were invented. Bagels. I guess.
Bagels.
Bagels were invented in Poland too.
Like a version of them. They just had them on a stick and they'd sell them on the street.
Who would have thought? There you go.
I'm Polish.
Yeah.
Polish American.
Oh, amazing.
Shout out all the
Yeah.
Zadarozany's out there.
Nice one.
How did you decide that you wanted to do bar pies, tavern
Look,
style? Was
oh
this
yeah,
something
this
you
is
were
a-
always obsessed with, or
Obsessed with New York City. Look, I when I first like visited New York City, I was like, I'm moving here. But obviously it didn't happen because it's expensive and the visas, and like I discovered it a bit too late, to be honest. I went to New York City when I was younger and I was like, yeah, cool, whatever, it's nice. But then when I came back again, I was just, you know, had a life and a family here, and like moving to New York City, it's still, you know, life's, you know, still a possibility. It's still a dream of mine, for sure. Love New York City. There's an amazing energy in that city, and obviously traveled lots of pizzerias, tried them all, and fell in love with the whole love for pizza that there is in New York, and that's also partially how I have designed my product to be a bit New Yorky, a bit American, and a bit Romana. So like a kind of the idea of having like a Romana Americana kind of product comes from my trips to New York, visiting all these places, obviously the La Industria, the Mama Stews, and like, you know, all the Lucias, all the kind of cool spots. But one day, me and my wife, we were like, just let's try something different. We went to this spot called Emmett's in McDowell, and blew me away. I had no idea. I thought that Chicago was just a deep dish, and it's just literally the last thing I want to try in my life. No offense, but like, just doesn't appeal to me.
I guess it's a casserole.
I just haven't even tried it. So, but I just don't want, like, arrogant of me.
Somebody made this point to me, which explained deep dish pretty well. And they said, like, if you were in like below freezing weather all the time, like a hot fucking deep dish would sound good. And I was like, maybe that's when I would really want a deep dish. Like if I'm freezing my ass off and I want to eat a bread casserole. But I'm with you. It was never that appealing.
Soup and bread. I don't know, just something wrong. But we went to Emmett's because a friend from LA who lives in New York said, you got to try Emmett's. He's my mate. Go and try it. Blown away. Like literally, I tried his pie with which we pretty much rip it off here. He knows. I told him. It's just it's the how do we call it? Hot pep. It's just pepper. It's just exactly like that one. Jalapeno, pepperoni, onions. It's just the easiest thing you can put on a pizza. And with the hot mayo on top, like a habanero mayo. We make habanero mayo. I don't know if theirs was habanero or not. It was orange. It was so good. And I loved like the crispiness of it. And then I was like, every time people ask me, which pizza did you love from New York City? I was like, Emmett's. And I was like, well, what's that? What? It's tavern style. I was like, you what? Like, isn't it l'industria? Yeah, it's also l'industria, but Emmett's was amazing. So I came back and I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try it. And so I tried it at home, this and that. And then a few months in here, I'm like, I'm going to try it here. And then here we are. So that's how I discovered tavern style pie. I haven't even been to Chicago, to be honest. I've only tried the one from Emmett's, but I love it.
Neither have
Yeah.
I.
Yeah.
We started making them because I just was interested and
Yeah.
fascinated by
Yeah.
it. And it's not something that like a lot of people have.
Yeah.
Even in Los Angeles, there's a few places that do it, but
Yeah.
it's like it's pretty special watching somebody eat something for the first time
Yeah.
and being like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
this? This is cool."
Really cool.
Yeah.
And like the blistering underneath and like the whole like indulgent aspect that the tavern style has is a perfect hangover pie, perfect for sharing. The fact that it's cut in squares, it's like, for me, it's like a winning
You can also
thing.
eat the whole thing yourself.
You can, of course, yeah.
What size is it?
14 inches.
What's the dough weigh?
Same as ours, to be honest, 240, 250.
240?
Yeah, something like that. 250 maybe.
Nice
Need to
and
check.
thin.
Yeah, super thin. Yeah.
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 And so then you do 14-inch pies too.
Yeah, we do 14-inch pies. Yeah, and then I was hinting at it earlier. Like our dough is quite high in hydration. It's stretched thin, so we don't do the cornicione. So it kind of reminds you of the sort of Romana style, but it rises more, so it gives you a bit more air and crispiness. And it's cooked like a New York style pizza, so it's not cooked like a Romana in like a wood fire oven or high temperature. Cooked very slow. Well, what is it? 350, 340.
That's fucking hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's six something, 680 degrees
Is it? Yeah.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
It's pretty hot.
Is it? Okay.
That's a quick bake, huh?
Yeah, I mean, the tavern style is a 275. So you see, like, you can see
Yeah,
the
but your other
yeah,
pies.
the other ones, yeah, 350. Yeah, I think New York pizza is like 330, maybe.
It's
Sorry, I think in Celsius. Yeah.
550 degrees is pretty normal,
Okay.
which would be closer to probably what
Yeah.
you're cooking your taverns at.
What's 550 Fahrenheit in Celsius?
It's 287.78 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius.
Okay, much lower. Yeah.
Yeah, we cook our taverns at fairly the same.
Okay.
It's always interesting to see people's like pizza master settings.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like with the top and the bottom heat.
Yeah.
It always interests me. It's like I try to adjust it, and I think that sometimes it does stuff, and
Yeah.
some days I'm like, this isn't doing shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why did they put these buttons here?
know.
Because there's other ovens where you can see your top and bottom heat,
Yeah.
but
I'm the worst person at that. Like, I'm honestly like, we were talking about it with Jim from Gracie's, and he had a technician from Pizza Master to explain him. And I'm like, mate, I don't know. Like, your iron similar to you. I'm like, sometimes it just doesn't seem like it's doing anything.
yeah.
But it works. But I think one thing I'm sure about these ovens is that they retain heat very well.
Yeah.
So the what's it called? That when the heat.
The brick.
Well, it like you put a pizza on the stone gets cold, right? Like, but like the heat comes back straight away. Like the hone is like the heat retention. Yeah. It's very good. So.
Loman AI is a very powerful tool that every pizzeria should have if you have a phone. On past pods, I've said throw your phone away, and this is me eating my words. You can pick a voice. We have Marissa. She sounds fun and energetic. There's even like background noise to make it feel like they're calling somebody that's in a restaurant. To be completely honest, she can answer questions better than I can about my own restaurant. I'm not trying to replace any humans, but I'm telling you, nobody at my restaurant is dying to answer the phone. It just fixes a problem. It really creates a better customer experience. This isn't some clunky chatbot. Loman actually takes orders, answers questions, books reservations, and processes payments. Upselling is hard to train too. Please offer them a salad. Do you want a drink? It's just stuff that we as humans forget to do that Loman does every time. By not using Loman, I guarantee you're leaving money on the floor. Set up a demo and see for yourself. Link in the description. Loman AI. Never miss a call, never miss a sale.
I think one thing I'd like to mess about in the future would be trying I want to try my dough on a 18-inch to see how it will. Like, I'm just curious. But that's one thing that's in the pipeline.
You would just need like, it's been really common to see this size of Pizza Master too.
Yeah.
Do you think that's for power or like price or
Probably price. Yeah. I mean, this
because doing an 18-inch, like you can only put 2 into that at a time.
Yeah.
And then you have to put one in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you can put another 2 in there, and it has to be a flow.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you wouldn't be able to. I mean, how many can you load? 6 or 4 14s?
I think 6 is a bit much. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think probably 5. Gabri! It's probably... Quante pizze ci stanno nei deck Quante pizze ci stanno per ogni piano? 5, sì, 5 per...
Was it like that a tough thing going from an uni to a pizza master?
I mean, well, look, it was so, I had such a big imposter syndrome because I didn't say how we got this job because, you know, like I went back to advertising. I was frustrated, like there was not much work. And I was like, I want to go back. To be honest, I wasn't even thinking about pizza. I was having like my midlife crisis and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? And then all of a sudden I got this DM from Exhale Brewing, the guy that runs this place. And like, do you want to take our kitchen? I was like, you what? Are you like, part of me was like, I'm not opening a kitchen. I'm a creative director. Fuck's sake. I've got 2 degrees. I am not opening a kitchen.
Yeah.
That's not possible. That's not going to happen. But I was like, actually, at this time in my life, maybe this is going to be good. So I thought about it, put together a nice deck. That's what I do. I do decks. I love
I know.
doing
That's very
decks.
creative director of you.
Fucking did an amazing deck.
I'll tell you,
And-
I don't know another pizza guy who would just be like, I'm going to work on my deck now. Yeah.
Which one?
No, I'm telling you, I don't.
Oh, right,
Their
okay,
deck
yeah.
would probably
Well,
be.
they probably
Here,
work
look at my Instagram.
or like that deck, the oven
Yeah,
deck.
yeah. Let me show you my deck
Yeah,
game.
exactly.
Yeah.
Look at my deck game. But yes, no, I am definitely an unusual pizzaiolo because my background is completely different. And even if I did get into pizza making, I still get more excited at making decks than making pizzas. I'd get more excited at showing you my pizzas on a deck than showing you how good I am at putting them in the deck.
Yeah.
The deck pun has gone too far.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, what was I saying? Yes, basically they said the job is yours. You got, we love you. The deck,
they saw the
deck
they
worked,
saw the
yes.
deck and they were like, oh yeah, dude. I mean, you
got-
already had the
here's
job. We asked if you wanted to take
exactly.
we didn't need this deck.
So I had literally 3 days to figure it out. It was traumatic because yes, from an uni to this, it was just me. I came, massive imposter syndrome. I was like, I'm gonna like have to make pizzas to these guys. I wasn't like, I was cool. I mean, I loved it, you know, like I love making pizzas, jokes aside, you know, it's my passion. So, you know, I had no problems making the dough and like, you know, doing like a tasting session. But then I literally had 3 days. So like gave me the keys and then from keys to opening, 3 days to figure out the dough. I still hadn't, you know, yes, I knew I wanted to do the biga, but like how, which flour, and like it was stressful. But it wouldn't have been possible without Riccardo, which is this angel. He's my guardian angel, Riccardo. You've probably seen him in some of the content. The guy with a tattooed head is in my feed, and Riccardo lives in Sardinia. Doesn't speak a word of English, but he's an incredibly talented pizza chef. Without him, there wouldn't be Short Road Pizza. He's got a business called House of Demo, and he is mega Gozni ambassador. Gozni love him, I think, because he makes pizza on the beach in Sardinia. So the content is great. So his pizza looks great on a deck because it's got a beautiful sunset behind him, and like he rocks up with you know, with the rock bock or the arc or whatever. And he's got this new the new Gozni, the camo one, the sort of the one
The tread.
the tread, yeah,
Fuck
the tread, yeah. So he's
Take
got
it on
that
a hike
one.
with me.
I know, right? So he came and with me for 3 days. He was like, literally, he used to joke that he had a chain to the oven, that he was just like far enough for him to get to the pass and to wash his hands, and that was it. The chain was very short. He was there pretty much like literally 12, 15 hours a day.
Were you friends with him, or did you just reach
Good
out
friends.
to him?
He's the cousin of one of my closest friends here in London.
Oh, okay.
So good friends. It's just, we have so much fun together. So it's like proper bromance. And the problem is that he doesn't speak English. So, you know, like he lives in Sardinia. So I didn't have the rights to work here. So, you know, it was all very like, it was quite
Vacation.
punk. Yeah, vacation. Yeah,
He's on a
They
vacation,
always say, like,
helping
look,
out.
if there's a control, someone that checks in, just say you got lost, that you don't know why you're in this kitchen, and you're leaving. You were just like doing some sort of tourist. It
was an Airbnb experience.
Yeah, an Airbnb experience. That's exactly that. I should.
Okay.
Next time he comes, I'm going to use this as an excuse. So Ricardo helped me through everything, and he mastered the dough with me. Ricardo is a perfect person that I have a vision, and he brings it to life. It's moving, you know what I mean? Because like I want it like this, and he's like, no worries, and he shows me, and it's like that. So everything I've learned, apart from like what I learned from my granddad, I learned from him. Like actually, my granddad, the last thing he said before passing away was never open a pizzeria. So
His
sorry,
dying
no,
last
yeah.
words.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So yeah, help, friends, collaborations, key. That's the most important
Well,
thing.
you're no stranger to collaborations. I think you've talked about the one that's going to be on Friday.
Yeah.
I saw that you did one with a place in Rome.
Yeah. 180 gram.
Yeah, like is that big part of your brand? Is that like
Yeah.
something that has a lot to do
It's
with your
the thing-
background prior? Like,
Yeah, it's the thing that excites me the most. Working with other people is what gets me the most excited.
yeah,
Bringing chefs in, make them work with our dough, make them meet my staff. My staff loves it when chefs come in because it gives it makes them feel special. It gives them something to look forward to. They learn, and it works both ways. So every time we have chefs, it's just magical. When 180 grammi came from Rome, we had like the best time. We had like 2 days of like pure fun. They're nuts. I didn't know the guys because it's also quite risky with some of them. Some people I know. This guy I didn't know. I just went to pick them up at the airport. They could have been like, we could have not hit it off, and it just it never happened. We always hit it off. At the best time, these guys, we went to this place up the road called Plank. It's an amazing natural wine restaurant. We took them there, but I didn't know they were animals. So we went to this like nice bougie natural wine place, and the guys were like doing like dog's noise, like, oh, 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 like that. It was like they were mixing white and red wine together. Like
that's natural wine, isn't it?
I know,
They're
it was
making
quite
their own
embarrassed.
mix.
I had to call the waiter and say, I'm really sorry. This guy is the number 6 pizza chef in the world, but they are a bit loud, I'm afraid.
Well, rule number 1: do
yeah.
not take a pizza chef out to a nice place.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But just, love collaborations. They're really crucial part of what we do. They help get the brand known. They spread because you get to, if you invite, an Asian dumpling maker, the Asian dumpling crowd will be tapped into my crowd, and my crowd will be tapped into their crowd. It's a nice kind of propagation, octopus style. You know what I mean? Like if you stick to your pizza and your thing, and you're on one track. I like to go on many tracks. I like to derail and like try crazy things, and that's what makes this job exciting for me. I couldn't just do the same thing. We have a special every week. I have to innovate. Otherwise, I'd be bored.
Yeah, no, I've seen all your specials. I like all the movie ties, the truffle shuffle. Yeah. Was there a commando one?
Yeah.
What was really recent? Oh, the Fig Lebowski.
Yeah, Fig
like that was a
Lebowski, yeah.
fucking funny video.
Yeah,
You're having fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Do you find it as crazy as I do that we put the best ingredients in our pizza, our dough, our cheese, toppings, fresh produce, and then we put pencil shavings on our tables called red chili flakes? What is a red chili flake? We found out about Flatiron premium pepper flakes from a customer who actually brought us some. We were putting it on every slice we ate. It was gold. We were like searching for it like addicts in the back, just like, ooh, where's the Flatiron? Where's the Flatiron? There is no going back. When you pop these peppers, you are gonna know. You can smell it, you can feel it, you can taste it. The 4-pepper blend, which is actually the blend we have on every table at Hot Tongue, definitely has a higher heat level, and I'm a heat guy, if you know what I'm saying. It has the arbol, the jalapeno, the ghost, and the habanero. Spicy. They are liberating pizzerias from low quality pepper flakes. Flatiron pepper, you are going to know the difference. In here, real peppers from Italy. Let's go. Head to flatironpepper.com right now. Use the code PIE2PIE at checkout. That's PIE, number 2, PIE at checkout. And any order over $25 is going to get you a bottle free of the sweet heat.
Put that sweet heat in your cart, and any order over $25, that baby's gonna be free. Do not miss this chance to upgrade your pepper game. Head to flatironpepper.com right now and join the Pepper Flake revolution.
For me personally, maybe I can get some advice. It's hard not to have your brand get stagnant. Especially when like social media is coming at you a thousand different ways. You could spend tons of time on a reel that might be funny and go viral, but everyone's going to forget about it in 60 seconds. Is it worth that work? Like where to put your time and energy in that kind of marketing? Like, because I've always been told and in the camp that like it can't just be a pizza shop. You got to be able to sell the idea of what your brand is. But I've been struggling with trying to like figure out how to kind of like cut through all of the bullshit and like really find the lane that I want.
Yeah. To me, it's I am applying my advertising knowledge to this in the sense that content should be tiered. So it's like a pyramid. On the top of the pyramid, you've got the little knot of the pyramid, which is your hero content, which is the one that costs a lot of money, high production, amazing filmmaking, but expensive. So you can only afford a little bit. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
And that's your hero content, which is in my case, the commercial promo that we shot for when we opened Leighton. So that was done with an amazing director that flew from Italy. He's a friend of mine. Obviously, I am lucky because I've got so many friends in the industry, and I've put a lot of favors. Amazing DOP, amazing production. I had a fucking post-production company that they do like Adidas commercials. Like, I had like a killer team, but that's a job, months script writing, and that's your pinnacle. And then you've got your sort of like kind of middle of the range content, which is like your pizza, your like kind of core content, which is you want to show pizza, you want to show your food, you want to show the sort of like behind the scenes, and like this stuff doesn't like necessarily have to be too complicated. And this is where I'm going and fitting stuff like film on an iPhone and like a good idea and stuff. And then you've got like always on, which is like your kind of Instagram stories and like even like just repost and like, so it's kind of like the pyramid goes low, and always on is just essentially stuff that you like, you want to post daily almost, like, like a fucking Gabriele putting a pizza in the oven and saying Padron pepper pizza on special, stuff that costs you nothing. Gabriele can shoot it and send it to me.
Yeah.
But like my advice would be, most of the content, it's not about the production, it's about the idea. If you have like that's all that matters. And nowadays, high quality content doesn't perform as well as you've seen it, like the TikToks and everything. Fuck AI. Do not do shit with AI. I'm very upset with my colleagues that do posters with AI. I can spot the ChatGPT posters at fucking 700 miles, and I disrespect that. I feel very strongly about it because it's killing the job of my wife, who was an illustrator. And hire people. If you have to do a poster, hire a fucking illustrator. Don't cut corners. Use AI to, ask AI, how are you going to find the woman of your dreams, or what's 2 + 2? Ask ChatGPT
to
silly
proofread
questions.
something.
Yeah, proofread things. Use it in smart ways, but not creatively. That's my advice. You can brainstorm with AI to a certain extent, but definitely they're funny, unfortunately. I've seen so many like video memes nowadays. You can't even know if it's real or not.
I don't really like that.
But like, yes, no strict ban on AI. So everything that is on our feed is strictly non-AI. That's one thing that unfortunately a pizza chef doesn't have the creative skills. Ask ChatGPT. It's free. It's cheap.
Yeah.
I get it. But I encourage people to use their phone and shoot it themselves, as opposed to, anyway.
Have you ever had another thing with me and Matt that we have struggled with, just because I'm, talking to somebody that has been in creative for a very long time, is like, it's hard not to like use great equipment, get tied to like a certain shot, using a certain song, like having the best angle, or like putting out something that like you're not 100% happy with, or like you want to like, it's about like the art of the whole thing. But is there a part that you just like, it's better just to release something, to release it or put it into the eye without as much effort? Or like, have you ever had a hard time like giving a piece of your art away or like an idea away because it was unfinished or you didn't see it all the way through? Or
usually with creativity, I feel like I'm stuck. In fact, one of the kind of contentious points with my previous colleagues or people that weren't creative is that you get a brief, you think about it, and you're stuck, and it sucks. And it's exactly as you describe it. It's like, I'm not giving this, I'm not sharing this, it's not ready. But then eventually, you're at the pub, you're having the third pint of Guinness, and that third pint of Guinness is at 4 p.m. maybe when you should have been in the office, but you've decided to go to the pub because fuck it, you're a creative. And people hated us for this, hated the creatives, because in a creative agency scenario, there's a lot of blurred lines. Like, I'm thinking, but unfortunately, then something comes and you're like, I fucking got this. And then you sit down and you work the whole night, which kind of makes up for all the hours that you were kind of in the pub. Because eventually a creative works his ass out. It just doesn't work his ass out in working hours. What I'm trying to get at is that eventually the idea will come and then you'll kind of finish it and then you'll be happy with it. But it will never be perfect. I've learned to just let it go. Just to answer your question.
Yeah.
You just, if you got, at least you've got a little spark. As long as there's like one spark that is like, oh, this feels right. That's kind of all it matters. It can't be perfect, Like on Thursday, we're shooting with PJ Montes. I don't even know where we're going. I haven't asked for permissions. We're just going to go with the camera, and then we're just going to go for it with something like that, like a small camera.
Yeah.
And we're just going to, because all it matters is me and PJ having a chat.
Just walking around the city?
Walking around the city, having a coffee here and there. And like, I'm excited about that. And I've got, I need to go home and write the shooting plan. And it's, what is it? It's a Tuesday. I don't even know where I'm going, but I'm chill.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're shooting on Thursday.
How long's the shoot for?
From 11, and then we're going to start drinking, and then we're going to keep shooting, and then that's it. We're going to my favorite pub. I told my pub, like the pub I like is the pub in Acne. I said, look, we're coming for beers and filming. And yeah, sure. See you later.
Well, that's nice to have those friends too, because
Yeah.
you can't film everywhere either.
Yeah, of course. And then I'm fully aware that we're going to go in like a pub, we're going to like a couple of spots, and I factored in that we're going to Cafe Italia in Soho, which is very well known, and they probably say, no, you can't film here, and I'm prepared, so it's fine.
You don't do any, like, you have somebody that films and edits for you, right?
I do the editing.
You do
I'm an
editing?
editor, yeah.
That's where all the magic happens.
Yeah.
Matt is quite the editor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love editing.
You do?
Yeah, just a cup of coffee, editing all night is my background. Like I was doing editing for film and like commercials, and that's how I got into advertising. But
Do you edit in Premiere?
I edit in Premiere, yeah.
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 Matt, do you love editing? Yeah.
It's good. I also do a lot of photoshopping. Like, I was doing the menus, and obviously my wife does all the illustration, but most of
They're awesome. They're like really, it's very special. It's like, I mean, that's like another thing that like sets you apart too. It's like you're going through everything and then you see something. It's like, oh, this is really cool. All those kind of details can kind of get lost sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
A lot of people don't know maybe how much time was spent on something like that. Does that ever bother you?
No, well, sometimes it bothers me too, because I know how much it went into this menus. These menus were designed by a very good designer, a friend of mine. I kind of did the creative direction, but he did the design. And the photographs are from an amazing photographer. And like, sometimes I think about, this menu is like, they're crafted. Like, people just like, they were like, yeah, they're a bit tacky, but kind of cool, which is the point. But like, I didn't get that many people going, look, oh my God, your menu are amazing. But I'm just used to it. I'm used to feedback. I'm used to people like not appreciating certain things.
I guess that's kind of what I was getting at. Like, I feel like whether it's creating a space, a menu, a deal, a poster, a pizza.
Yeah.
Is it you just like leave it on the table? Oh, this one didn't hit, or are you just doing it for yourself anyways? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no,
because you spend so much fucking time. I mean, me personally too.
Yeah, exactly. As you said earlier, you gotta be patient, with the time and everything. I'm on a journey, so I'm cracking on. Like, I'm not gonna let like a bad review or like some sort of like something. Of course, it hurts. I had like a traumatic experience on like week 2. We had this old man came through, and he was like, "Your pizza is oval," and I'm like, "Yeah, man, no shit, like." It happens. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a stretch. I was like, I'm not eating it. And I was like, well, have you tasted it? Like, seriously? It really hurt me. I was like, fucking hell. Like, just try it. He was like, he returned it and he left. He's like that. Like, I was really upset. And then I came back. Just like the act of coming back to the kitchen with this pizza. But I can never forget that moment. It was like week 2, and then but like a month or 2 later, this man comes again. I didn't even realize it was him. And he orders like the wildest pizza we had on. It was a shakshuka pizza. He had an egg on. He had like fucking yogurt sauce, tahini, and everything. It was wild. And then I bring it to him. I wasn't even him. And the waiter brings it to him. And I come in because I wasn't working that day. I see the man kind of like wakes, traumas awakens.
Yeah.
And then I see the man with his pizza, and I'm like, there you go. I'm fucked. Like, what's he going to say about this pizza? He wasn't a critic or anything. It was just like a man, like, that lives around the corner.
Well, everyone's a critic.
Yeah, exactly. I go to him, and I'm like, how you doing, man? And he was like, seriously, this pizza is the best pizza I've ever had in my life. And that completely healed, like the same guy that said he wouldn't even touch my pizza. He finally got to try the pizza in the most wacky kind of flavor ever. And he said it was the best pizza he's ever had. So this is why we do this job, because even when you have like the most like shitty, and that the same day someone comes to me and says, your pizza is better than crisp. And I was like, fuck off. And that happened on the same day.
Well, that can be true.
Yeah. As I said, like to me, it's just, we do our job and like, we just want to please people, but I don't care about like, obviously, I'm pleased when people review us or.
Do you get review push notifications on your phone or anything? Any of those reviews keep you up at night?
But I do check them. Check them.
What is it? Google reviews?
Google reviews. It's a bit funny with that because people review the pub and not us because there's 2 businesses here. It's kind of like a logistical nightmare. And so we get a lot less reviews because the pub gets them all. But this means that the bad reviews goes to the pub, sorry. And not
kind of nice.
It's kind of okay, yeah.
Kind of dodge a bullet there, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But
it'd be like the beer's ice cold.
Yeah.
The pizza's shit.
I know, right?
Is that what
yeah, exactly. But there was someone said something like the pizza is small when some people with a measuring tape. It didn't happen to me actually. Like I'm getting reviews mixed. Someone because we're in like a pizza chat. Someone sent me a photo of someone with a measuring tape saying this is not 14-inch. I'm like, mate, just get a fucking life. Who goes to a pizzeria with a measuring tape? Like, I mean. Wow.
I think I know a couple people.
Okay,
yeah.
But I know. I think I just it as much as it hurts, I've learned to process and like.
Yeah, it's like a hard thing to do to get a thick skin. I'm much better at processing a bad review, but you still like let people's words hurt you, which I think it bothers me more that I let people.
Yeah.
Like kind of get at me because it's like no one deserves your time.
Yeah.
You know what you do is good.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I've been asking everybody this. What do you think London style pizza is?
It makes me laugh, London style, because I don't get it. Like, I mean, I appreciate it.
Like haha or laugh at it?
Like no, just no. It's okay. I think I don't know because like it's just like there's New York style pizza. I just think it's like. It's like a New York pizza, it's like Industria is. It's just pretty much that, but smaller. Mm-hmm. Like in my opinion, my very humble opinion, it's like Industria pizza, but like on a 14 or 12-inch pizza. It's like, how is that like? Has it got beans on it? Like in my mind, it's like
that's what I said. I was like, where the
make
beans at?
London.
You know, Heinz means beans, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I know, right? I have put Heinz beans on a pizza, by the way.
Good.
So I've done it.
I would have liked to see more of that while I was out here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ate a can of beans last night, by the way. Cold.
Nice.
After 5 Guinnesses, there was no food at the house. Thank you, Rich. I ate those can of beans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to take you. There's a really good spot for a Guinness around the corner. Depends if you got time. But I'm cool. I don't have an opinion. I'm like, yeah, whatever, cool. But like, I don't have a strong opinion about it because I don't. It's good. what I can tell you is that London is having the best pizza moment of its life.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's so much good pizza. But to me, it's good pizza. It doesn't have to be called London pizza. It's just really good pizza. I love like all the people you visited. Vincenzo was a massive source of inspiration. And we've been talking since day one. Grace's, obviously, Anna Dohan's. Everyone's just super inspiring. The Bad Boys Pizza. We're all friends and we're all inspiring each other. We're all talking to each other. We're all having parties with each other. Patio, and then Patio was here at the last party. Base Face. Everyone's just doing their thing. And like, we're just all in London and we all make good pizza. That's how I feel.
Well,
about
it just sounds like it's like kind of it's wild. You know, that's what obviously brought us all the way here because
Yeah.
like from what I'm watching on the internet is like all this fucking pizza looks incredible. Y'all are pretty close to each other. It's all kind of sprouted up around the same time. So it does feel like there's this big movement. Like you talk about London pizza and it's like, I don't know if anyone would have said anything about it 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But it's the same thing in LA. People are like, that fucking place is shite. There's no fucking good pizza there. They still say that. But it's kind of been like this whole thing in worldwide probably though.
Yeah.
I think the COVID, I sound like my mother-in-law from New Jersey. Shout out Betty, I love you. The COVID. But, you know, for people to fucking reset, what is it do you think about pizza that maybe, because it's a creative outlet, you're a creative dude. I mean, but like you were willing to kind of say goodbye to a certain career, you know, not goodbye forever, but to do this.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
I think during lockdown, there's a lot of like meditative baking shit going on. A lot of people were baking bread. I started with bread. I was just doing lots of bread because it was like, you know, I had like fuck all time. I had a lot of time. I had a lot of time on my hands. I was like working, but like it was kind of frustrating. So I'd like work with my hands. So people wanted to get their hands dirty, basically. And I was inspired by local people. Like there was a guy that was made redundant, or I don't know, like he just wasn't working in a restaurant anymore. And he started making pies. You have to follow him. He's called Willie's Pies. He was in Leighton next to me in East London. And Willie started to deliver him pies to the Leighton crowd, which is my neighborhood. And I'm like, that's so cool. I want, like, you know, you keep getting inspired. Like Vincenzo was the teacher before, you know, and like everyone else kind of had different jobs or like were in uni, because there's a lot of these people that are doing pizza now, a lot younger than me. So they were probably like, you know, just out of uni or whatever. And so I think there's something about lockdown that kind of gave people a lot of time to experiment and trial and error, because you know you had time to figure it out because there was nothing to do. I was like playing Grand Theft Auto online and doing pizza and bread.
That sounds fucking sick.
It was good. It was good. Had the best time. Yeah.
Well, it's just interesting because there could have been plenty of cuisines that people got into. It just
That
seems
is
like
true, yeah.
the biggest boom.
Yeah.
And maybe because I'm in this world, but I mean, I've talked to hundreds of people. The story is, the story has happened many times.
Yeah.
That the boom that it is pizza, that people have left corporate jobs, that they've left creative jobs, that they've left jobs that they didn't have, that it saved their life. It just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what it is about pizza. Because I also think it breeds like, I love pizza people.
Yeah.
They're so giving of their time.
Yeah.
I just hit you up. You said, yeah, for sure. I'll be on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like just sweet people.
Yeah,
you know,
I've found the same. I think, you know, to answer your question, maybe it's just because pizza is not only accessible, but it's really fun. But you don't need the like. It's so funny because I have been behind the counter with like an ex-Michelin, like a guy that did pizza with me last year. No, sorry, it was this year in February. He works with Francis Malman, which is one of the best Michelin star chefs in Argentina. And he's an amazing Argentinian chef with another amazing Swiss chef. They were with me with their amazing knowledge cooking pizza. I come from like lockdown garden pizza, and they're like amazing chefs. Like pizza allow the man of the road, like the teacher, the creative director, the plumber, to prove himself, and and that is as respected, or at least respected, as other chefs. It's pretty awesome. Like, sometimes I feel like an imposter, because when I'm like, working with these chefs, I'm like, man, you've like worked 20 years in this career, and like we're working together side by side. Aren't you like embarrassed that I'm like shit? I don't know how to make I know how to make a mayonnaise, but I probably don't know how to make a roux or cut chives like you do.
Yeah.
But it's kind of given people the possibility to do things without spending years and years and years and years of kitchen. Kitchen can traumatize you. Like I've met
no
so
doubt.
many chefs, and like 40% of the chefs I met, they are tricky. Let's put it that way. It's hard to work in a kitchen. It's shit. Like the thing I care the most about my kitchen is the vibes. Good vibes. I hire people to have a good time. Every time I come in, instead of being scared or upset, they're happy because they know I'm going to bring them a beer or a bottle of wine, and I'm just going to have fun. I never, of course, if something goes wrong, we talk about it. But when I come I turn the music up and we drink. Like
Yeah, have a
that's
good time.
my role
Yeah.
in the kitchen. It's important.
It's a great role.
No toxicity,
Yeah.
no bullshit, no racism, no sexism, just good time and respect. And that, that's why they stay. I mean, they come.
Well, it's all those things you just said and working with younger people now, but being in a kitchen as long as I have been, those are like the pillars of the kitchen though, is like kind of like trauma. You work for an asshole who's sexist or racist or like an alcoholic, all of the, just a fucking prick.
Yeah, of
like,
course.
or it has an ego or insecurities, and all that is passed down to all these people. And then I think a kitchen can also be a really enabling place for addiction.
100%.
And that's also a tough thing, because some of the best cooks might have an addiction problem.
know,
And
yeah.
so, but you let things go instead of help them out,
Yeah.
But that's good. That's you have to create that environment to
Well-
change the system of like what a healthy kitchen looks like.
To me, it's just the humanism behind it. I practice Buddhism. I was brought up in a Buddhist family. My mom and dad practice Buddhism, so more from a philosophy perspective, as a Japanese strand of Buddhism. And I grew up with these strong humanitarian values, and that's what I try and bring to the kitchen: respect and help. If you have an addiction, if there's something going on, let's talk. Like sometimes you are also a therapist as well as a head chef. You talk to people, you listen to their problems. Most of my chefs have other jobs. 2, 3 of my chefs are musicians, very talented musicians that sort of like trying to like make it as like one is a model, one is in a bloody extras cast of Star Wars. That's why he's not working this week. I love this. I love, and like a lot of them are young. They break up with their girlfriends or boyfriends, and like you want to sit down with them and like give them some advice, and like that's what I love about this, working with people. I love working with people.
Yeah.
Although sometimes it scars you, because being too nice means that they can take advantage, and it has happened to me.
Yeah.
And I've learned from it. I've learned to be a bit more firm when it needs to be.
Yeah.
Because a nice boss can be dangerous, but I'm working my way around it. I'm just learning, but
Yeah. Well, let me ask you one last question. If you could go back and give yourself advice to whenever you started, 2020, when you started making pizzas, before you had, this and what you got going on, what advice would you give yourself?
Buy a Gozni, not a Uni. Yeah.
Dude, nice. That's the best advice we've heard.
Exactly. No, just don't be too hard on yourself, because I remember those days when we have gravel in our garden, and the amount of times I had to throw the pizza upside down in the gravel, shouting like, fuck, I hate this, I'm shit. And I was so hard on myself. So like, why am I like doing this? Like, I'm so bad. And like the pizza would stick, and it would like a hole would form in the oven. And I'd like, the more the hole get bigger, the more my ego was getting smaller. And I was like, fuck. And then like just pizza on the gravel, and this kind of pizza on the gravel, and this kind of feeling. I mean, I don't know how my wife stayed with me. I was horrible to look at. I looked like a fucking kid, upset kid that didn't
Just crying in the garden.
Crying in the garden, like with pizzas on the gravel. So I would just tell the kind of upset me to just keep at it and don't worry like about it. That eventually it turns out okay.
Yeah. Keep working.
Yeah.
Well, dude, thank you so much for doing this,
Pleasure.
for your time.
Pleasure.
I'm
Gotta
very
get you some Guinness now.
I'm very excited for the Guinness.
Yeah, and the pizza. Come on.
And the pizza, dude.
Yeah.
I was going to say the
Yeah,
tavern
yeah,
style
exactly.
pizza
Yeah.
and your other pizzas.
Yes, let's get you some pizzas.
All right. Thank you, dude.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Hey y'all, if you love what we're doing here on Pie to Pie, the best way to keep it going is to support the show directly. You can donate, subscribe, or even buy us a coffee. It all helps us keep bringing the real stories from the pizza world straight to your ears and eyes. A little can go a long way as we try to keep bringing you the best of the best. Hit the link in the show notes or visit our Instagram link tree to chip in and help us keep the ovens on. As always, love, trust, and pizza dust. Pie to Pie forever. Let's go.